Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pleasant viewing. I am Fariza Isa from Polytechnic Metro Kuala Lumpur, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to talk about people with disabilities. We've been seeing people all around the world facing inequalities in their daily life. This may include education, public utilities, and also in the working environment. So it's very hard to find an OKU, in Bahasa we call it OKU, or people with special needs, are being able to have the equal what any other normal people will have. And all of this lacking may lead them to be not able to have the equality in life like any other people. Right? As an example, if there are blind people, they are not allowed to drive any cars, and of course for the safety reasons, and also it's not logical for a blind person to drive. But as an alternative to help them to move around, of course, blind people are also just the same as sighted people. And for your information, in Malaysia itself, the only place that is fully equipped, the yellow lines, especially made and built for the blinds, are all in brickfields. So that's why if you see any blind people who are working even in Sentul, or maybe they're working in Gombak, Kajang, but they still commute and stay in brickfields, which is where they are familiar with. So it's very saddening knowing that Malaysia is going to a very much developed country, but we still can't afford to provide all these necessities for the disabled or people with special needs. As an initiative for us, we are speaking in a smaller context where we are in an education institution. What we can do in supporting these people with special needs. So, for instance, in Polytechnic, we are taking students with special needs as an example of students with having hearing problems, or in simpler words, which is deaf. Okay, I had through an experience being with deaf students when I was in Polytechnic Shalam in 2008, where these students were taking mechanical engineering, and what I saw during my studying days, they are very much potential students, and I was being told by my other friends that their results in during their studies are way better than other normal students. Being deaf, of course, isn't a crime, and the human race has also acknowledged public figures like Lionel Braille, which is a blind person, which has actually he invented the Braille himself, so that's why Braille was being named after his name, Lionel Braille. And also the other one is Beethoven. Okay, everyone knows who's Beethoven. Beethoven is a world-class composer. I wonder, how is it possible for them, these deaf students in Polytechnic, to learn as much as any other normal students? Not all lecturers will have knowledge of sign languages, you know. This is Assalamualaikum, this is Waalaikumsalam, and this is Hari Raya Puasa, this is Raya Haji. Okay, those are basic sign languages that I had learned during my Polytechnic time. Okay, how would a class be conducted if the deaf students are being mixed with normal students? How is it possible for these deaf students to actually understand whatever the lecturer is teaching in front? So that would be a big challenge, right? And during my time, the class was segregated. You know, the normal students in another class, and the deaf students will be in class where the lecturer will be teaching using sign languages. So these are the interviews that I have done with Polytechnic Metro Kuala Lumpur students. Check this out.
Definitely I will help her to pull up the case to the lecturer, and then maybe I should re-explain it, because I've learned a little bit about the sign language. Maybe I can help like that.
Okay, so do you think Polytechnic should have more and more of these kind of students?
Yes, they should, because like the deaf people feel like, okay, people should have a fair education with normal students.
So you believe that also? Okay.
I think the deaf people, or deaf people, right? They can read something, so they understand. It's hard to lecturer or other student to communicate with them, but this special student will understand our writing, so they know.
So they can just read through.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. By create classes which the lecturer can teach them, teach the special student in new ways.
So they should be separated from normal students. Is that what you're saying? Or you could just you can combine normal students and also deaf students?
For my opinion, they can combine because this special student can understand how to communicate well, and this normal student can teach them.
It will be awkward teaching in a class full of students that will not understand what you are saying. And I think in Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu, they are taking deaf students also, but not in mechanical engineering, but in hotel catering, where I had Sheikh Saiful, one of our lecturers here in Polytechnic Metro Kuala Lumpur. He told his experience in how he taught the deaf students. And he said they have very much potential, but the only problem is that we have communication barrier. So he had invented lots of innovations in terms to help these students understand more in class. So in this video, maybe I would like to suggest, maybe there are some suggestions to help these deaf students in learning and also understand more what's happening in class. Number 1, visual and caption. We are living in a world of technology. Everything is just at the tip of your finger. Technology for the disabled has also not been left out. Wondering how the deaf keep their daily schedule through communications? Of course, video calls. There were also support groups that fight over equal accessibility for them in any way. Also, if politicians out there are thinking of having the special needs attention for the next election, try having a visual caption live campaign. That might help. Number 2, lighting devices. Banging doors out loud may not help to capture the deaf's attention. Lighting aids could be installed in classrooms or hostels to bear their attention. Number 3, tutorial videos. Tutorial videos of lectures together with appropriate captions at the lower third of the screen may not just help the disabled to understand more of the lecture, thus normal students may have advantage of it to enhance their understanding. 2 birds with 1 stone. There were suggestions among the lecturers after a discussion here in Polytechnic Metro Kuala Lumpur. They were saying that maybe Polytechnic could have a program specially designed for the Down syndromes. This was also being suggested by one of the hotel catering lecturers. They said that in Malaysia, we don't really have constructed design program for them, for these group of people to learn. But in the UK, in the US, in the States, their technology is way more advancing. Okay, I will show you a video. Tim Harris. Okay, Tim Harris is a Down syndrome, but he has managed to open and own his own restaurant. Let's check this out.
I wake up at 5:30, get in the shower, do my morning routine, and go around 7 o'clock to come to work. I am so excited to go to work, so I do a dance off in the parking lot. It's a dance of magic. We serve breakfast, lunch, and hugs. The hugs are the best part. I am Tim Harris, and this is my place. Oh yeah.
Tim Harris is a Down syndrome, and he is an owner of his own restaurant. How cool could that be? He sells food and comfort and hugs, which is best selling in his restaurant, as visitors say. This 29-year-old Down syndrome man has such a pretty much normal life as any other normal people there is. It's all in the power of proper education and strong belief.
When he was about 14 years old, he told us that someday he was going to own a restaurant. After we all gulped and gasped, we began to take him seriously, and the result is history in the making.
They support me so I can live up my dreams.
I'm amazingly proud of my brother. Just what he's accomplished in his lifetime. I mean, people can only dream, you know?
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey. As far as we know, we have not yet found another person with Down syndrome in this country that owns their own restaurant. We hope that other people will, though.
So looking at Tim Harris just now, so I think you guys are very much inspired by him. It won't be impossible if we Polytechnic could actually provide a program for this disabled to come and learn. I think it's about time maybe you're trying something new, because other institutions maybe may not accept students like this to learn. But since we're in a technical field, I think why not? Why not we cater these disabled students to be part of this? It's just so cool to know that teaching and learning has so many diversity ways to be done, even for the impaired. And the pedagogy of learning is so much to be explored. So I think that's just for today. And I hope some of my ideas can give a positive impact to the audience out there, that Polytechnic can actually do more in supporting the disabled and the special needs in the community for their education. So till then, I'll see you. Bye.
Con los terroristas.
And do the Harlem Shake.